Hello and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will show you the different formatting options that are available in Power BI to format the visual. So let's get started. This is the visual that I used to solve the challenge in my previous video. So I will be using the same visual to apply the formatting options that are available. Before applying the formatting options, first thing you have to do is you have to select the visual for which you want to apply the formatting, and then once you select the visual, in the visualizations pane, here you can see the second option with the brush icon called format your visual, right? So first you need to click on this. First, let us understand what formatting does to your visual. So with the help of formatting, you can change the title of your visual, you can change the legend of your visual, you can update the scale of your visual, and you can also change the x-axis and y-axis of your visuals. Also, you can change the colors for this plot areas, right? So let us see one by one. And so first, let us go to the general option. Then we will come back to the visual. So in general, we have the first option is properties. So using this property, you can uh, change the size of your visual. So if I let's say if I increase the height of this visual, so here you can see the height is getting increased, right? And in the same way, if you want to increase the width of this visual, the width will also get increased. But the better way to increase the size of your visual is by directly selecting the visual and using this four corners of your visual to simply resize your visual, right? So this is the better option than going here and setting those changes, right? So this is the better option of increasing the size of your visual, right? So this is about size. Now the next option is position. So position is also similar. If you want to move your visual to right or left hand side, you can use this horizontal or vertical, right? So if you use vertical, it will either you can move it by up or move down. But if you use horizontal, you can move it right or left, right? So similarly, with the help of your cursor, you can simply move your visual, right? So this is the easiest option. So this is the position. Now the next one is padding. Now if you want to increase the size of your visual, let's say, so here it is currently set to 0 pixel, right? Now if I increase it by, let's say, 10 pixels, so here you can see there is some space has been allocated, right? 10 pixel space has been allocated because we have applied uh, padding here, right, for the top corner, right? So now if I make it to 0, again it will go back to normal. So let us update it to 5, right? So this is how you can use this padding option. Similarly, you can apply padding to left and also right and also below the visuals. So now the next option is advanced option. So this advanced option you can keep it unchanged because we want our visual to be responsive. So that is why we won't be turning off this responsive option, right? And similarly, maintain layer order as well. So it is set to off at the right. It is set to off now. So let us not make any changes here. So the next option is title. So here you can see currently the title of our visual is sum of sales amount by state, right? So we can modify this, right? So let us modify it by sales by states, right? So this is some title which I wanted to modify, and now you can see it has got updated here. Now, if you want to increase the size of your title, use the font size to increase the size of your title here, right? So you can also use this option. Also, similarly, you can update the font size. Now I have updated to Arial. Similarly, you can use the bold, italic, or underline version. So also you can change the text color of this title here. Let's say I want to change it to this one, red color, right? Now again, background color, we don't want to change it, we want to keep it white. But if you want to change it, you can apply these options here, right? So now you can see I applied the background color for title here, right? Now if I want to align this title to the center, then I can simply click on this and it will come to the center, right? So these are few options that you can use to format your title. So similarly, under title we have subtitle as well. So again, this is similar to what we saw in the title. So if you have any requirement of subtitle, then you can use this option here. Right? Similarly, the divider as well. And we also have the spacing options here, vertical spacing. So here you can see the space is getting increased, right? So you can adjust your width as per your requirement here, right? So this is up to you. If you want to use it, you can use it. So this is all about title. Now the next one is effects. In the effects column, we have background. So again, you can use it to change the background of your entire visual here, right? So this is also something useful, right? So let us change the background of our title here. So let us keep it black. So now, and let us change the font color to white. So now you can see I updated the background color for the title and also updated the background color of our visual here, right? So you can simply use this option. In the visual border option again, you can play around these options. So you can adjust the you can use the borders here. So here you can see now we have got a border here, right? Now if you want to make it round corners, then you can simply update the then you can here you can see now we got the round borders here, right? In the visual border we have this round corners option, right? So if you don't want it, you can simply turn off this option, visual border. Similarly, you can also apply the shadow here for the visual. So here you can see we got the shadow for our visual, right? So now this is the shadow option. And the next option is header icon. So in header icons, you can change the background color border and also icon color. And also you can use the transparency option. And the next option is icons. So all these are default settings, so you don't have to modify anything here, right? So this is about the general settings that we have in Power BI for formatting the visual. Now let us go back to our main formatting section. So that is under visual we have x-axis, we have y-axis, we have legend, we have small multiples, we have deadlines, we have zoom slider, columns, data labels, and plot area background. So let us check one by one. So first we will look at x-axis. So this is already turned on. So under x-axis, so here you can see we have this salesman's label, right? So now we will be formatting this x-axis here. So now I want to change the font of this x-axis. So I'll make it to Arial. So here you can see the font has been updated. Now if you want to increase the font size, you can use this option here. Also bold, italic and underline also you can use. And if you want to change the color, you can use this option, right? So let us keep it to black. And coming to the concatenate labels, so it is by default it is off and it is so let us keep it off because if you turn on this, then all the values will be repeated twice here. So if I turn this on, so here I can see the delay is repeating twice for every salesman, right? So we don't want this because it will lead to confusion, right? So let us keep it to default, right? So now it is properly segmented, right? So that is the use of this concatenate labels. Now similarly, in the title section, you can update this title. So currently Power BI is giving the auto title. So now we can update to some company salesman, something like this. So here you can see the title of the x-axis is updated, right? So similarly, we have the style here. So we have only one style here. And similarly, you can also update the font of this title here. If you want to increase the size of the font, you can do it, right? If you want to bold it, you can bold it, right? So here you can see the changes are getting applied. So color, we will keep it black. Once you are done with the changes, you can go to the next changes. So these are the few options that we have in x-axis, right? So now let us see y-axis. So again, in y-axis, we have this minimum and maximum ranges. Yeah. Now let us go back to the value section. So under value section, again, you can format your x-axis. So also you can change, increase or decrease the font size of your x-axis scale here. Sorry, y-axis scale here, right? Also you can change the color. And coming to the display units, so currently it is displaying it as millions, right? Now if you want to change it to thousands, you can apply. So if you apply it to thousands, you can see the scale in the y-axis has also got updated, right? So now we got 100K to 100K up to 700K, right? So that is the change which we applied now. So that is the use of display units here. Now if you want to add decimals to the scale, then you can simply click on these options. Now you can see 100.0K, 200.0K, right? So that is the use of this display units here under values, right? Now let us go back to the title. So again, title, Power BI has auto-picked the title. So this we can update to sales, total sales, right? Instead of sum of sales amount, we can change it to total sales. Again, we have the same options here. You can change the font, you can change the font size, you can change the color, you can apply bold, italic, and underline, right? So these are the options that we have under y-axis, right? Now let us go back to the next option, that is legend. So under legend, so currently we have legend on the left side, top left of the picture, right? Now if you want to bring it to center left, you can bring it here. So right. Now if you want to bring it to bottom center, you can bring it here. If you want to bring it to bottom right, you can bring it here, right? So let us keep at the top left only, right? Now you can also change the font size of this legend here, right? So if you want to change it to Arial, you can change it to Arial, right? Now if you can again you can increase or decrease the font size. You can use the bold, italic or underline options as well. Also, if you want to change the color of your legend, you can apply the color as well. And again, in the title, for now, the title of the legend is state, right? So instead of that, we can name it as states, right? So that is also available. That option is also available, right? Under legend. Now these are the few options that we have in legend. Now let us go back to grid lines. So here you can see we already have grid lines here, right? Because the horizontal grid lines are already turned on, right? We have horizontal and vertical grid lines turned on. So currently you can see these are dotted lines. Now if you want to change this to solid, then you can change it. So here you can see the dotted lines are now replaced with solid, right? Also you can change the color to black or you can simply keep it to white, right? Also width you can increase it, right? So these are few options that are available. Similarly with vertical grid lines, so here you can see there is a vertical grid line that is separating the states here, right? So instead of dotted, I will choose solid. So now you can see the dotted lines have been replaced with solid lines. Again, we have option to change the color. We have option to change the width as well, right? So these are the few options under grid lines. Now similarly, let us look at the zoom slider. So if I turn this zoom slider on, so here you can see there is a zoom slider enabled here. So what is the use of this zoom slider? So let's say you want to view the visual till 500K, right? So then what you will do, you will simply drag this zoom slider and now you can stop it till 500K. Now you can see you can only view the visual up to 500K here, right? So the total sales that you want to view is only now 500K, right? So that is the use of this zoom slider. So this is generally not used, but you have the option in Power BI. So let us turn this off. The next option is columns. So again in columns you can change the color of this plots here, right? So for Delhi we have blue, right? So let us update to something like orange. And for Gujarat we have dark blue. So let us update to red. And for Maharashtra we have orange. So let us update to something like purple here, right? So these are few. This is also very good option that is available to format your plot area, right? So now the next option is spacing. So you can add or reduce the space, reduce the padding here. So if I use the inner padding, it will adjust the padding between the plot areas here, right? So and also minimum category width. You can also use this to increase or decrease the width between the categories here, right? So this is about spacing, right? And now the next option is data labels. So currently the data labels is turned off. So if I turn this on, here you can see the data labels are already visible here, right? So this you can, if you want to apply this for all series, you can use it, or you can apply to any of the particular states here, right? Now in the in the data label we have options called orientation. Under orientation we have horizontal, vertical. So if you use horizontal, then it will be visible like this. If you use vertical, it will be visible like this, right? So let's keep it horizontal, and you can also change the position of this data labels. Either you can use inside end, you can use inside center, or you can use inside base. So but the best option is to use auto option, right? And the next option that we have is values. So here also you can change the font size of this data labels, and also you can change the color, and also you can change the font of this data labels here, right? So let us apply the Arial font, and now you can see the font has been applied here. Similarly, you can also change the color, and also you can change the display units, right? As per the scale, we can change the display units. And if you want to apply decimals, you can do it by clicking on this value decimal places. And now you can see we got the decimal value here. So that is the option. Now the next option is background. So if you want to apply background, then you can turn this on, and now you can see for every data label there is a background here, right? So you can also change the font color as per your you can also change the background color as per your requirement. You can also adjust the transparency of this background here, right? So and apart from that, the last option is plot area background. Now if you want to add any image for this background, then you can do it using this plot area background here, right? So these are the few formatting options that are available in Power BI. So these are very helpful and effective. So I hope this video was useful and informative. Please like and subscribe to my channel so that I can make much more interesting videos on Power BI. Thank you.